threw 3 picks tonight, basically all he threw last year. Chips are down, and the kid is on. Jordan Schroeder back of the end zone for 6. 14-13, the Bolts go for 2. Scott Chandler puts it all in 17 hands again, and a dime to Leo Raz. He had the other TD for Liberty earlier in the game. 15-14, a minute to play. Cedar Falls throws a haymaker, and what a haymaker it is. Wolf to range, hook and ladder to Will Remmert. He goes and throws it back. It gets back in Wolf's hands on the other side of the field off the hop, and he gets the Tigers into field goal range with 12 seconds to play. Tigers decide to run one more play, maybe get a couple more yards. They're tackled in bounds, no timeouts. That's how it ends. Liberty, what a win. 15-14 over Cedar Falls to open 2025. Cedar Falls heads home, still looking for that first win. They host Pleasant Valley in week 2. Liberty goes to Southeast Polk next Friday.
Man, we've just got another monster Eastern Iowa rivalry to open the season. At the Dome, Waterloo East and Waterloo West. 12 straight wins in the series for the Wahawks. First quarter at the Dome. Brett McGovern slicing up the Trojan defense to Tucker Satterley. Takes this ball down to the 30-yard line. The Wahawks offense looking explosive out of the gate. Felix Annan, King Felix, up the middle for the touchdown. The Wahawks are on the board first. Waterloo East, they do get an answer. A big play here from Chris Pierce to Gianni Gary. Long distance connection sets up a 1st and goal for Waterloo East, but the Wahawk defense holds them on 4 straight tries. Big energy boost to the season for West, who win this game 50-7 over the rivals from Waterloo East. A few more 5A scores to touch on tonight. Late games going on out there. 42-20, Kennedy beats Hempstead over in Dubuque. Prairie and Linn-Mar, right now it's 24-0 in the 4th quarter. This game didn't get started until maybe 9:15, 9:30. Very late start to this one, but at the moment Prairie looks like they're going to hang on for a shutout win to open the season. We've covered the entirety of Class 5A in Eastern Iowa, but how about the boys in the boat? At Creek Amana, 2nd season under Lance Peterson, are the Clips on the cusp of another winning season. And 9 months removed from the program's first state championship, Dubuque Wahlert thinks they've got too many people sleeping on him this year. Can they prove it? Down the road in Epworth, lots more Eastern Iowa OT still to come.
Where's Jack? I want you on 5.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, James. Come on. Let's go, come on, James. Let's go.
November 22nd, 2024, the day Dubuque Wahlert, a school 65 years old, won its first state football championship. A solid gold season for the Golden Eagles, but they lost nearly everybody off of that roster. No shortage of doubters thinking Wahlert won't be a factor this season. What can they do on opening night in Epworth, facing a Western Dubuque team with his own demons to exercise this fall. Justin Pinner's boys trying to topple the reigning champs. And the Bobcats not off to a great start in their season opener. 2 drives in a row, ending in turnovers to start their season, and Wahlert has a chance to capitalize with prime field position. J.P. Elbert to Anderson, Herbst to quarterback's dart, and a ballerina's finish. Just a toe down in the end zone, and the Golden Eagles are up. Now to the second quarter, it's 10-0. Golden Eagles are leading, and the Bobcats are looking to get on the board. Brett Harris to Kyan Vasson. Bobcats starting to roar back. This was a 10-6 game at halftime, but that ends up being the final score. A defensive showdown in the second half, and the defending champions are picking up right where they left off. But Wahlert's trying to become a household name in Iowa. Same can be said for Creek Amana, a school that's only getting bigger. Lance Peterson, a man in the business of turning programs around. Mitch Fick is back in the studio for the start of year 2 for the Clips under Peterson.
And spoiler alert, Owen, it's a great start for year 2 at CCA for Coach Peterson. Clips take the opening kickoff back for the season for a touchdown. I was still driving over after I started the night at Liberty. Didn't even use anything for the first quarter. There was kind of pointless. But America's a land of opportunity, folks. Creek Amana providing opportunities in week 1 against Davenport West. Still in the first of that 7-0 lead, Ethan Weiss with a slice of the Falcon defense for another score. 14-zip, real quick and tipping. Ensuing West possession, just one of those nights. A 500 ball right into the arms of Texton Bowlers. Maybe you remember TJ way back when. Little brother making a name for himself on the return, sets the Clips up great. Conlon Poynton can do the rest from there. He did everything last year from CCA after coming over from Solon. Going to have a keeper up the gut for another 20-plus in a score. 35-0 after 1. CCA wins this thing 63-0. They head to Davenport North in week 2.
CCA will open those games against the Davenport schools at this point. Got a few more 4A scores to get to tonight. Decorah, after their great season last year, starting the season ranked number 6, 42-16 over Waukon. Xavier looking good on the road against a depleted North Scott team. They had a lot of suspensions here in week 1. Right now, 28-0, the Saints leading, just about to close this thing out in the fourth quarter. Well, from Cedar Rapids to Des Moines, I'm not at the BAM. I'm here at the desk. I should have moved, but here I am still. From Cedar Rapids to Des Moines, Quad Cities to Council Bluffs, everybody talking about Mount Vernon as a 3A favorite. Every single writer at the Des Moines Register picked the Mustangs as their preseason favorite to win a state title. That is lofty praise. The folks in Capital City aren't in the business of giving undue credit outside of their own metro readership, but this could be a special season for the Mustangs, just starting season 2 under Brad Meester. On the road tonight in Monticello, opening drive of the season for Mount Vernon. Kellen Haverback, a lot of hype around the future Drake Bulldog to Holden Hlavacek for the touchdown. 7-0, Meester's Mustangs lead. Monticello, a chance to respond, but Kaysen Curran, he steps in for the interception, and Monticello's drive dies out. Then late in the first quarter, Mustangs on the move. Jace Jaspers gets a handoff. It's turned around, and he walks into the end zone backwards. The moonwalk in Monticello. 14-0 Mustangs lead. Panther offense finally showing signs of life. Alex Jameson at the front pylon going high and snatches this one out of the air. Monticello gets on the board, but that's one of their few highlights of the evening. Mount Vernon going on the road and getting a monster win to open the season in this one. Over in Solon, the Spartans have an absurd non-district schedule. The path to RPI glory begins tonight against Assumption. This was another near casualty of the lightning delays. Game starts more than an hour late, but we're finally in the first quarter. Solon's opening drive, it's a 3rd and long. Eli Campman, in his first start at quarterback, he chucks an off-balance throw down the sideline. Caden Hoper beats his man to the edge, and he dusts the secondary. Campman, the son of the greatest Green Bay Packer defensive end there ever has been or will be, with his first touchdown pass as a senior. Spartans lead 7-0, but Assumption assumes the position. Graham Woods right up the middle, cuts through the heart of the Spartan defense, taken down at the 1-yard line. Sophomore Lane Pennington closed that drive with a 1-yard touchdown. Solon still with an 8-7 lead on the Knights. And then we're right at the start of the second quarter. Sparty punches back. Campman with a short touchdown pass to Maddox Kelly. Solon extends its lead. Campman with 3 touchdown passes in the first half. As Fred Durst says, keep Solon. Spartans win this one over Assumption to start their year. Is this a year for center Point-Urbana, who hasn't reached even 6 wins in a decade? Second season under Travis Bark. Slow start to the game. 7-0 Pirates leading in the third. First drive for CPU. Brennan Merkel hands it to Carter Duffy, and he goes for a big gain down to the 15-yard line. into the red zone. Same drive. Now it's 4th and 1. Center Point-Urbana goes for it. Haney gets held up at the line of scrimmage, and it's a turnover on downs. After that turnover, Alburnett driving right down the field to the 5-yard line. Lake and Caves goes spelunking. Takes it in for the score. 14-0 Alburnett. CPU held scoreless in their season opener. Alburnett with a 14-0 shutout win to start the season. A few more 3A scores to get to now. Benton opening at home, 29-12 over Fairfield. Williamsburg on the road in Keokuk against Marvin McNutt's boys, 44-0. The Raiders open the season year 1 with Austin Blythe as the head coach there at Williamsburg. 3-time defending champs are on the field. Grundy Center, the center of the high school football universe. What can Sparty do in their season opener against AP? And West Branch is bringing in a new head coach again. Will Matt Hughes be the man to restore the branch to statewide prominence? Still more to come on Eastern Iowa OT after the break.
Smart cover 0. Hey, come down late and hold him if you got it. Don't let him deep. Come on, baby, come on. Set up. The ball. Good rep, Eric. Come on. Good rep, good rep.
Well, over the last 4 seasons, West Branch has had a different head coach every single year, starting with the late legend Butch Peterson. After that was a co-head coaching situation in 2023. John Nestor was around for 1 lone season last fall, and now it's Matt Hughes who steps to the fore, a former Hawkeye, former Creek Amana co-head coach, and he returns to the high school sideline, his first home game at the Little Rose Bowl, hosting West Liberty. The Bears moving up to Class 2A for the first time since the mid-90s. First quarter of this one, Keaton Gates out of the gate. He gets the handoff, cuts loose, breaking free of multiple defenders. So long, and thanks for all the fish. First points of the season are on the board for the Bears. Branch on the ground, Liberty in the sky. Comets airing it out. Devin Miracle, the miracle on ice to Tolley Griffith. And we are tied at 7 late in the first quarter. So the home team goes back to their workhorse. Gates sweeps outside. This time the junior escapes for a 76-yard touchdown. Gates, an unbelievable night. He runs for 276 yards on the ground. The Comets, though, not about to burn out just yet. Miracle with another prayer going to the West Branch end zone, and Braden Bickford hauls this one in for 6. Just an absolute great game out there at Butch Peterson Field to open the season. The Bears with a 35-21 win over West Liberty to start the Matt Hughes coaching era. few more scores to get to from Class 2A. Mid-Prairie, a lot of people talking about this team going into the season. Haven't had a lot of deep playoff runs in their history, but Mid-Prairie opening with a 50-34 win. Great offensive effort out there. Dyke New Hartford, a year after getting to the championship game, opening their season with a 48-0 win on their home field over Jessup. New man on campus meets the old guard in Class 1A, Patrick Smith, his introduction to Eastern Iowa OT, and we send him westward to Grundy Center, where the three-time reigning state champions try for their 40th consecutive victory. Patrick, take it away with our friends in Grundy County.
It's our game of the week here in Grundy Center. The three-time defending state champs looking to extend their 39-game winning streak, which would put them amongst the nation's longest winning streaks. And on the other side, Aplington-Parkersburg looking to get back to their old ways. They hired new head coach Jeff Pickna, who's an AP alum himself, hoping they can get back to their winning self. The first drive for Aplington results in a punt, and this snap, it goes high. The ball is loose. It continues to roll to the 2-yard line. Eli Wegman scoop and score touchdown. The Spartans brought the energy. I even got ran into on the sideline. They strike first. Next drive, first pass for Judd Jarofsky, and it's picked off by Brandon Hartbarger. He only threw one of those all season, but the Spartans don't stay down for long. Jarofsky finds Braden Davey on the quick out. Davey gets a block, and he's gone. 11 yards for the score. Grundy up 14-0 in the second quarter. But the Falcons will answer right on back. Quarterback Benny Wahlert is gonna let it fly. A strike deep to Wes Shirk. He barely stays on his feet, hauls it in, and dives into the end zone. Beautiful 34-yard connection. AP cuts it to 14-7. Final 2 minutes of the half. Spartans facing 3rd and 6. Jarofsky rolls left, nothing there. Gives a little pump fake, keeps it himself. 8 yards to the house. Grundy Center heads into half up 21-7. And to seal it in the fourth, Jarofsky rolling right, launches one deep into the night. Devin Hinders comes back for it, breaks a tackle, races down the sideline. 64 yards to the house. Good night. Grundy Center takes care of business in week 1. Makes it 40 straight wins.
We'll take what they give us. I was really proud of the way we were able to respond every time. The early interception in the first quarter was unfortunate, but they never stopped playing, and I can't give them nothing but credit for that.
Reporting from Grundy Center High School, I'm Patrick Smith for Eastern Iowa OT.
All right, well, tonight's win puts the Spartans in lofty company. Their 40th in a row is now tied for 9th in the Iowa history books. Just about every week, a chance to climb higher on the chart, a perfect regular season, and Grundy would reach the top 5 longest win streaks in Iowa history. We're going to keep updating this chart as the Spartans march to a 4th straight state championship. Well, a few teams in Class 1A are going to have something to say about that. One of them being Regina, who's got just a boatload of future Division I talent on that team. They go on the road, beat the team that knocked them out of the playoffs last year, 42-20. Dustin Ellsbury's boys on the board with a win. And North Linn getting a 26-7 win over Hudson on the road in week 1. In Class A, a lot of games getting delayed tonight, but we do have a score from 9th-ranked Wapsie Valley, 28-21. They had a big lead in this game. Denver, I think, came back and made a deep, close game of this one late, but Wapsie Valley edges them out for a 7-point win. In 8-man ball, Janesville losing 55-0 to Glabrick Rhinebeck. The Rebels made that run to the Dome last year, but getting this season out to a good start, too. In Iowa Valley, boy, how about this team with Nolan Kriegel at quarterback? Those guys could do no wrong. A 49-34 win over Don Bosco in week 1. We have cleared the slate of 14 games, 14 highlight reads for week 1 of the high school football season. Still a bit of housekeeping as we come back with the play of the week. We'll set the bar high with the best play in the universe so far. That's when we come back. Lightning be darned, we have made it through week 1 of Eastern Iowa OT unscathed. A late night out there for a lot of our teams. Hopefully our friends in Epworth are staying up for the play of the week because Wahlert senior Anderson Herbst, 4 consecutive consonants in the last name and 2 toes down at the sideline for the Golden Eagle touchdown. Frankly, the score would likely not hold up under review, but that's why we love our high school ball. No reviews out there to slow things down. Games were getting over late enough tonight anyway. Wahlert hangs on for a big win against the Bobcats to open their season. As of this showtime, I've got 11:42 p.m. You're going to see this on Saturday morning as well, but we're not going to pretend like we're not live here in the evening. Still got a lot of games going on out there right now. At the moment, Linn-Mar down 24-0 at last update against Prairie. Looks like Prairie's going to open the season with a win. And the final score from that Xavier game, the Saints, who are ranked number 1 by some publications in Class 4A, with a 31-0 win over North Scott on the road. That's going to do it for an exciting season premiere of Eastern Iowa OT. We're going to be back next week. We're going to have a lot more coverage on Saturday of the Hawkeyes as they open the season against Albany. A lot of points out there on the field for the Hawkeyes. I predict that one coming. Rowan Sebring from Patrick Smith, Mitch Fick, and our whole crew that we've got in the back staying up late with us tonight. We'll see you next Friday night.